Ever wonder why some coaches effortlessly attract high paying clients while others have a hell of a hard time? Well, the secret isn't just in their offer, it's actually in how they stack their value. So today I'm going to be breaking down the value stacked funnel system that runs in the background so that way you can actually build a funnel that converts high ticket clients. And by the way, I'm Andrew and I help online health and fitness coaches get more high ticket clients. So if you haven't already, make sure you do the thing, subscribe to the channel so you can get more content like this. Now, the first place that we're going to start inside this video is going to be what is a value stack funnel system, because it's different than your traditional funnel with a landing page and a lead list, okay? A value stacked funnel is not just about getting leads. It's actually about strategically layering the value so that by the time someone reaches your offer, they see it as something that is a no-brainer to work with you. So this system ensures that prospects don't just consider working with you, they feel like they absolutely need to. And the system comes down to two things. It comes down to building credibility and it comes down to building trust. Especially these days as an online health coach where there's a huge saturation inside of your market, where you have a lot of coaches coaching the same thing that you are, you need to show people that you have the ability to give them some quick wins up front, that you know what you're talking about, and that you don't just have a large following, that you can actually deliver a result. And this is exactly what a value stack funnel system will do. Once someone sees your message and they reach out to you, from that reach out all the way to the consult, they're going to be like, holy shit, this person is so valuable. I need to work with them. Now let's go into the kind of components of a value stack funnel, because there's a lot to this. And the first component is what I call the awareness phase, all right? This is effectively the free value layer, and it actually starts with your content. So content that positions you as the authority. So this could be on YouTube, it could be on IG, it could be podcast, but the goal of this content is to make your audience think, this person gets it, they get me, and I need more of what they're saying. Most coaches have a disconnect between how they show up in their content and how they show up in the sales process. And that's because in the sales process, you're always speaking to the highest level client, but sometimes in content, we don't speak to the highest level person. So your content needs to speak a lot about the transformation, what the process is, how most clients start their journey, what are the fears that most clients need to overcome, and then how does your highest client operate? You need to share the testimonials and the experiences, having clients hop on lives, having them share exactly what they went through, and then also sharing the conversations in the background that you were having with your clients in the DMs or maybe on something like Slack. What this does is this helps the person paint a picture of themselves inside working with you in your program. So they're like, hey, you know what? I can actually see myself working with this coach day to day. And it builds the connection of, you know what? Because I can see it, this is someone that I can trust. It starts with the content first. And where most coaches get the content wrong, they're talking too low level of a person. They're focused only on the struggle. They're not really talking about how high level clients navigate it. And then they're focusing on tips and tools. Look, don't get me wrong. There's a time and place for tips and tools. I've got a bunch of YouTube episodes with everything from how to create client converting content, how to build your first value stack funnel system, which I'll tag in the video below. But tool is not the only thing that you're going to be focusing on. Once you've talked about the tool a couple of times, move on and spend more time talking about the transformation process itself. Now, once you have this awareness phase, the free value layer, this is where you're going to go into the engagement phase. This is the trust and proof layer. One of the biggest things that you need that most coaches don't want to do is something that's called a value draw. Free workshops, live Q&As, community engagement, case studies, social proof. Allow people to be in your world and experience your coaching. Workshop, live Q&As, and live trainings are my most successful things that have gotten me the most health coaching clients ever. If you can give them some quick wins, some action steps, show them how you coach, and then at the end have the call to action and invite them to apply to your program, they've already seen what it's like to work with you live, and they've gotten value up front, which brings that high amount of trust. This is about trust, and it's about proof. Trust is, do I trust this person with the information they're giving me? Which if you spend an hour or 35 minutes with them, then they're going to say yes. And then the proof is, does this person actually know what they're talking about? Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen coaches put up client testimonials, but maybe they're from 5 years ago. And then when you attend a seminar, you're like, oh man, this person is not it. So at the end of the day, the goal of this part of your value stack funnel is to have prospects start to trust you and see you as the coach who has what they need. You have the tools, you have the resources, you have the knowledge, you have the connection to them, and that's going to get them to reach out. Now, it's important that once a client attends a value draw, once they have you've given them some knowledge, this is where we have to go into step 3, which is the low commitment phase. I consider this kind of like a micro win layer. If someone is very new to your audience, or you do not have a very large audience, this is where you can go from a free live training or a self-recorded training to like a mini course, a low ticket offer, something like anywhere from $397 to maybe $997 that gives people the instant aha moment. And the goal with this is to get prospects to get a quick win, reinforcing that you can solve their problem. So after the live training, let's say you do a training and you're like, hey, here's how to do your nutrition for postnatal. Just random topic that I'm going to throw out there. Cool. Well, hey, we actually have a 6-week course. It's $597. And in this 6 weeks, you can dial in your nutrition and lose the first 10 pounds of your postnatal baby weight. And someone's like, okay, cool. I'm interested in that. And then they join your world. That initial dip the toe of joining in your world means that you are now breaking down the barrier of having them invest. Maybe you're looking to have them invest for a $5,000 or $6,000 program later on. But at the very beginning, there are 2 types of buyers. And I will share this with you. It's very important. Write this down if you don't know this. There are the people who go all in right away. They're like, I don't want the small program. I don't want the base level offer. I want the entire thing. The car, the luxury seats, the whole shebang. Give me the full 9s. Let's go. Let me join the high ticket program right off the gate. And you know what? They won't spend money anywhere else. They're going to buy the program that's for them, and then they're going to invest at a very high level. There's also the other level buyer, which is the buyer who builds slow trust. They're going to buy a $597 offer. Then they're going to upgrade to a $997 offer. Then they're going to buy a maybe $1,500 offer, $3,000 offer. And they're going to spend the same amount of money as the person who goes to the 9s, but they're going to do it and spend more money as the level of trust increases with you as a coach. So if you are not building that trust inside the program, then they're going to stop investing with you. So the goal with this is to have them invest financially at a lower level. They've now opened their wallet and they've trusted you with investing. So that way then you can upsell them later on. But then you're going to give them a quick win, which builds more trust to then have them say, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to be comfortable taking the core offer. So now, this is where number 4 is. Step 4 of this value stack funnel is the core offer itself. This is the transformational layer. This is going to be your high ticket coaching, your done for you service, your program. Now the price, if you do this right, is now a non-issue because they've already experienced your value. They've already built a high level of trust. They've already invested with you at some level. And so at this point now, the goal is for them to see the transformation you offer as inevitable. They're saying to themselves, I'm not considering joining this program. This is a program like I've already decided I'm going to do it. This is where you're going to get someone who's excited, who's fired up, who fills out the application 100% right away, and they're so pumped to go all in with you because they have the trust, the credibility, and the investment already up front. The only way that you can screw this up as a coach is if the offer you connect to your value funnel is not in alignment with their goals. So it's very important that the value draw be talking about a specific piece that your main offer helps, that the low barrier offer deal with a specific thing that your main offer helps, so that when you promote the main offer, people are like, all these three things connect together. This makes sense. And some coaches will try to go completely left field and promote something completely different. You can't do that. It throws people off because it makes them question if that's the program that's for them. You want it to be such a natural stepping stone that they go, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. This is the next step. And then there's a final piece of this. This is the retention and the ascension phase. I call this the loyalty layer of the funnel. Okay, how you keep clients and increase lifetime value with memberships, upsells, and masterminds is basically about turning clients into brand advocates. When they sign up and join a program, it is not going to be a one and done thing. Through the funnel, I say, I'm so excited for you to start this journey. I'm so excited to take you on the beginning of this journey. This is the beginning. This is the start. You're just in the introduction. I continuously say that at the very beginning of the funnel because it preps people that there is more work to do. And then when you sign them on, guess what? As a part of the funnel, you're going to say, hey, we are just starting this transformation. And through this process, it's going to be an ongoing change. I'm so excited to work with you on phase 2 later on. But right now we're in phase 1. We're already prepping people for what is next. So that way they can be fired up and they can say, this isn't a one and done thing. And so they start to change their mind because they're invested in long-term change. Now, through this process, you invite them to hop on lives with you. You invite them to do client testimonial videos. You invite them to be big brothers or big sisters, depending on what your program is, for other new members coming into your program. And what happens is these people turn into brand advocates. This is the client who stays in your ecosystem and brings referrals because they feel like they are a part of the crew. They feel like they are a part of the system and that your brand and your tribe means something. So you see how if you have this and you do this correctly inside of your system, there is no way that high ticket clients will say no. There's no way that high ticket clients will run from you. If anything, they're going to run towards you. And these are going to be the people who in the DMs, they're like, nah, coach, I'm all in. Like, let's do this. I don't even want to hop on a console. How can I sign up tomorrow? I want to be able to do this like ASAP, be on the first call, first thing tomorrow. They get excited because you built the trust, you built the credibility, you've given the investment piece, you've shown them results, you've helped them grow, you keep them as a part of the community. That's what builds the level of excitement. And then, of course, they're going to want to refer because they're going to want to bring people into that world. Why wouldn't they? If it fires them up every single day, why wouldn't they get them into the world just like you? Now, I will share this as well, too. There is a part of this, which is like most coaches fail at funnels. And I think it's important to share where coaches fail at funnels because there's a lot of different places. So to start, most coaches fail because they jump straight to selling without stacking value. It's not enough for a coach to go straight from the DMs to, hey, I know you've never seen or heard from me or worked with me before, but I'm just going to pitch you my highest level thing. And you go from, I followed you yesterday to I'm paying you $35,000. Not going to happen. It's not. Or if it does, it's very rare and they've maybe seen your stuff before, but it's been an in and out. You cannot jump straight to selling without stacking value. It doesn't make sense. And when someone feels like they're being sold to, which I hate, it's gross. When they feel like they're being pitched to every day, they're going to run. And this is where they're not going to follow you. They're going to ghost you in the DMs. And this is why we lead with the value up front. Now, another reason why coaches fail is because they create content without a clear pathway leading to their high ticket offer. You need to show people. This is why it's important to write the transformation journey down, to understand how your highest level clients navigate through the transformation journey. Because if you paint a picture and a client is looking at it and they're like, well, I don't understand how to go from I have 30 pounds to lose to now all of a sudden I'm bodybuilding and I'm competing in a competition. If I can't put two and two together, then I don't have emotional buy-in. Having a clear pathway leading to your high ticket offer is about getting emotional buy-in before they get into your funnel system. They have to believe emotionally that the goal is actually realistic, that it's attainable, that they can get there, and they have to believe that they're only 1 to 2 small adjustments away, and just working with you is the difference between them achieving the result and not. If they don't have the emotional buy-in, then it doesn't matter what your offer is. They're not going to be all in on it. And then, of course, that's going to result in no sales. Now, another thing too is like most coaches don't give enough micro wins before asking for the big investment. This is why the low barrier offer is so important, especially if your program is very high ticket. So like the majority of our coaches inside of Coach to Coach, they're charging anywhere from $1,500 a month to $3,500 a month. So if we're having someone commit for a 6 to 8 month commitment, like most of our coaches inside of the program, that's $15,000. That's $20,000. For people who have never been in your world or never invested before, that's a big investment. It is. It's not a big financial number. What it is it's a big energetic number because they've never worked with you before. So this is why giving micro wins is so important, because when we do that, we can build that trust, and actually it creates a buffer for the number. Because if you've helped them lose the first 10 pounds before hopping on the sales call, maybe it's going to be $5,000 or $6,000, and they're like, you know what? This person has already given me so much value. Yeah, it's more than I thought it was going to be, but I'm going to be all in. Let's do this, because if their free stuff helped me with this, or their low barrier offer gave me this, imagine if I invest at this level. So the final thing that most coaches fail at is the call to action. There's not a clear call to action inside of the funnel of what they need to do next. Whether it's a value draw, someone has attended like a live masterclass or a seminar and they're like, okay, cool, but you don't have like a call to action at the end of the seminar, you're weird. Like you're just expecting them to know what to do. Or if you put a post out there and you're like, yeah, I can absolutely change your life. And then it's like, cool, yeah, but what's the call to action? DM me, message me, reach out here. A lack of call to action means that it's hard for someone to guess what you want them to do. And I can tell you something, people do not like to guess. They do not like to try and figure it out. They do not like to try to take struggled action on something. They just want to be told what to do. They want to be told where to go next, so that way they can move forward and they can work with you. So that's going to be all for this video. Now, I will say this, if you are tired of attracting unqualified leads or you're struggling to convert high ticket clients, then guess what? It is time to build your value stacked funnel. So like I said before, earlier in this video, I did a training on how to build a value stacked funnel. So comment the word stack below and I will reach out with the free training. And then of course too, if it's the right fit, I'll also reach out with options for coaching as well. But thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Coach to Coach series. Make sure you follow me. Catch you later. Bye.